Hey guys, what's going on? Jimmy the Owl here. This was not the sad state I would be thinking I was doing today, but it's the sad state we are getting today. Supervive is in a sad state. And it's all down to the new system they've added with the armory system that I think completely kills most of the enjoyability I had with the original Supervive. And one of the main complaints I had with Supervive when it originally launched, and if we don't know what I'm on about, I've had a checkered history with Supervive. I didn't like it when it launched in closed beta, and I didn't enjoy it at all. I just couldn't vibe with it, and I stopped playing it. Eventually, Steam Next Fest hit the town, and I didn't have it on my radar at all. Genzo streamed it for a bit, and she was like, "Actually, you should come play this. It's really fun." I was like, "I don't want to play this. This is a game that holds a very big hatred in my heart. I don't enjoy it at all." But eventually, she convinced me to come play it, and before I knew it, I was absolutely in love. It was one of the funnest games I had played in a while, and it instantly hit a connection with my heart, holding strong. Even to this day, there's a reason there's a Hudson statue somewhere back here or there in my background, because like Supervive is a really fun and enjoyable game, gameplay wise. And even with the changes they've made to it, where revives happened on night one if you just stood next to your teammates and stuff, that didn't change the core gameplay. I didn't enjoy the game as much anymore, but the core gameplay was still enjoyable, of going around hunting teams and killing them, getting levels and gear as you go. Like, it was a fun concept that I really enjoyed. It was a battle royale, a genre of games I don't get along with very well, where I was getting along with it very, very well, to the point where I ranked up all the way to like Celestial, which was like the second or third highest rank in the game. I was absolutely putting in the hours. Until the said changes were made where revives were happening on night one and stuff. When the player base started to dwindle, there was some desperate changes that were made that drew me away from the game. Eventually I came back when I saw those changes were reverted, and I loved the game again. The game was just as good, if not better, than it was when I originally played. I got wind that there was a 1.0 coming soon, so I dipped out again for a bit, just waiting and ready for the 1.0 to come out, which is where we stand today, with a whole new slew of systems, characters, items, and all that fun stuff. And if it wasn't for the armory system, I would be singing a very different tune right now, because I like majority of the changes here. The map changes now, where the map is much more open and a lot more caverns that you have to glide across. The glider changes, where you can't be instantly spiked anymore. You have to get hit multiple times to lose glider fuel, and then when you run out of glider fuel, obviously you'll just fall down and die. Only certain characters can spike you, like Kingpin's Q. If he hits you while you're in the air, you'll just get spiked, and that's that. I like that change. I like the change with the items. You now have two pairs of perks. Well, you have a pair of perks, a pair of items slash weapons, something else, I think it was relics, and a single kick, which is your shoes. And all that sounded fun. I got in game, I saw all these things, I was like, wow, this is really interesting, this is really cool. I'm very much excited to see where we go from here. Completing your first game, you'll get like these Vive coins or whatever, Ember satchels, some new currency that I can't remember the name of. And this was used in the armory, and this is where I instantly got very annoyed very quickly with the game. Instead of having all these cool items available to the player at once so that the player can, take all the information in, see some cool items, make some cool builds, or you can recommend them cool items from cool builds that you were already doing in the base Supervive, you instead locked all these items behind a loot box system that I've got to grind for. Thankfully, from what I can tell, you can't buy anything with real money, so it's all in-game grinding, but this absolutely kills my enjoyment, because Hudson, as you know, I like to play a very certain style of Hudson. I like to play Omnivamp, go for gold or go for broke, keep life stealing and damage, no health at all kind of vibe for Hudson. I thought it was a really fun playstyle that I enjoyed playing. I can't do that anymore, because unless I roll the magical loot box gods and the RNG lords look down upon me and give me the items for an Omnivamp Hudson build, I physically just can't play that now. Why? Because they decided that loot boxes was the best way to distribute you items in the game, because there is very, very little ways you can find these items out in the open anymore. It is the only way they've tried to make the shop like a valued staple of the game. Instead of you finding items, leveling up the items and stuff, a true core gameplay method that I really truly enjoyed in this game, they've instead tried to shove all that in the shop to make the shops more worthwhile, while in turn making it so that the grind to unlock all these items is an absolute pain in the ass. I just don't like the armory system, and it puts the game in such a shit state because new players aren't going to be able to play the way they want to play, and old players like me aren't going to be able to play the way they've learned to play. I've learned the characters I want to play, and I found the builds I like to play on those characters, and now you're spoon-feeding me these builds, but you're feeding me like one drop of water per tablespoon for no reason at all. Like, I just can't understand or fathom why we've done this. I saw complaints that say that they did this because it was too much information for new players to take in, and I say bar fucking humbug. I'm so sick of game devs and people in this world thinking players are too fucking stupid to figure things out for themselves. We are in the age of yellow paint on everything, and this is their version of yellow paint to some people. They're saying, oh, they're drip feeding you items so you can learn as you go. But, like, why? Just, why? Why do I have to suffer because the game devs and people in this world think that gamers cannot figure out 1 + 1 = 2? Like, I just don't understand the logic. Where did we become so brain dead that we couldn't figure things out for ourselves? I just don't understand. I'm losing my mind with these ideas. Just give the players the tools to have fun. It's not that hard. It's not that deep. And if this was a money-making method, I could understand it. To a degree, I would still be very much annoyed, but if they're like, oh, we're making money off this system, because, like, players who don't have time to play are just going to buy it with real money. Assuming you can't use real money, there is literally no point for this system to exist except artificial playtime enhancing, because you have to play to unlock them, so then you can play with the items once you unlock them. It's artificial padding. That's all it is, and there's no need for it in this game, and it's pissing me off. And that's why it's in a sad state. Because it is absolutely nuked any way of you trying out a character with a build because you need to unlock the items first, and it's an absolute fucking shit show. There are so many new items, so that means all these new things I was looking forward to trying, I just can't try until I've spent many hours in the game already, and I do not want to do that. That is so fucking stupid. Holy shit, I'm getting mad, right? I need to calm down. But yeah, Supervive has gone from something that was going to be a main staple on the second channel, while appearing on the main channel every now and again, to probably not even being a very big main staple on the second channel until they sort their shit out. They've killed all fun, all build variety, everything for me, because I have to spam the game to even be able to try these builds. Just absolute brain dead, and that's why Supervive is in a sad state. They really needed this 1.0 to work, and it's not working right now, and that is just going to be an absolute headache for them to try and bounce back for. I pray everyone at Fairycraft the best, and I hope I get to come back in, like, not even a month, like a few weeks time, and sing a different tune. But until then, I'm not touching it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in Supervive at some point. Peace.